Okay, here goes. I'm trying to clarify how language acquisition works and my perspective, because everything is about perspective. Angle, what angle are you looking at? How much light do you have? Is the light behind you? Is the light in front of you? Everything affects what you see and what you understand. So when you acquire a language that is foreign to you, what's important is the ability to understand the process. And the process, such as the ability to assimilate sound. There's sound happening behind me, and I can't see, but I understand what it is. And language, of course, is part of this particular process. ESL, English as a second language. For me, it means English as a sixth language, which means that I went through the process of acquiring a language 5 times before I assimilated myself into the English-speaking cultures and learned how to communicate first proficiently and then fluently and then philosophically. So in terms of ability, how to acquire a language, it's nothing to do with being intelligent in terms of rocket science. It has to do with not wasting any time doing the wrong thing. So my goal, my mission has been, and it's becoming clearer as I become more mature with time and experience, that I see too many people trying to acquire a foreign language and wasting a lot of time and efforts, energy, money, creating frustration. And the reason for this is very, very simple. It's called the grammar translation method. It doesn't work. And the purpose of the grammar translation method is to create a market for the purpose of economic development. Okay, which is nothing wrong with that. That's the nature of business, and that create, you have a need and you address that need, and there's nothing wrong with an exchange of energy and finances, whatever. But if you're exchanging something that doesn't work, then what you're doing is creating bad business. And so before it gets even worse, English language is a commodity, a very, very well-developed commodity. It benefits a lot of people financially, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it helps, philosophically speaking, it helps to unite people, get them talking to each other as the lingua franca of the world, and there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong is with getting frustrated and trying to acquire the language because you're sucked into a vacuum that doesn't work. You can't learn a language from a book. The written word is something that is unnecessary and actually gets in the way of acquiring a language. That's why we are illiterate when we learn our first language, because it helps us focus on what we need to focus on. And we're focusing on listening, reproducing, and then attaching meaning to that and getting to a level of what's called linguistic competence and performance. And when you get to linguistic competence and performance, then you are effectively communicating, and that's really what you want to do. And you want to do that first by listening and speaking before you get into reading and writing. Okay? There's a reason that we learn our first language that way, and there's no reason not to continue with that particular process. So this is what it's about. It's about understanding how language operates and how it is acquired, and you can focus. Okay, I hope it's going to help.